Hello there, this is VR49 and I am a game programmer working with a small group of people comprised of 3D animators, meshers, texture artists, and UI artists, and we're trying to make a video game that brings the powerful social psychology of a virtual chat system combined with the addictive interactive gameplay of a video game in a Unity app. And we're doing this because a company called IMVU Inc. that have created this software called IMVU that you're seeing on the video right now. And they've created a tool set that allows their IMVU avatar to be exported on runtime while a game is running into a Unity game. So I'm going to show you how that looks like here. I have a build running and you're going to see now that happen live. So I've created a multiplayer app. We're going to load a level that one of our developers has created in a multiplayer room, and we're going to activate the IMVU Unity avatar in it. As you can see here, it's loading, and it's going to load the same character I have inside this IMVU client. It's going to load it inside the Unity app. So the reason why we're doing this is because we think we can create a lot of interesting apps in where IMVU players can join gamers from outside of IMVUnity, basically the rest of the world. And these gamers, Unity players, can play anywhere from a PC Steam game to an iOS to an Android app or on their phone, and they will be able to, for the first time ever, communicate and game with people from the IMVU world. So this has never been done before, and it will create an interesting dynamic for game developers to try and create some entertainment on. So I'm hoping here that in this video I'll be able to explain the features that we're going to bring with our game engine that we're going to make inside the Unity game engine. Now, for those who don't know what IMVU is, I'm going to explain some key differences. What you see in Unity here is an avatar walking around, moving, crouching, jumping, and interacting with the environment. Inside IMVU, however, the movement is based on dot clicking, which set position or posture depending on the pose that you clicked on, the dot that you clicked on. And there is no distance, no collision, no significant post-processing effects. It's a virtual chat system designed basically just for you to be able to click to be near somebody as you're socializing with it. So that's the main difference inside Unity. I'm speaking for IMVU players here, that you'll be able to do. You'll be able to take your avatar now and put him in a different world with different settings. So what is IMVU? IMVU is a massive virtual online chat with a 3D environment with a powerful, huge online shop that has its own monetary and economy within it. It's created by developers or users, IMVU users, who create content. And then this content is bought with credits, which is bought with real economy. And then this economy churns to create more products and supports IMVU and their users. So there's an actual real economy happening here in this virtual system. And you can see, let's try one of the outfits here. You can see how big this shop is. So you can customize anything from skins to eyebrows to hair color to hairstyle, hair type to clothes. And what IMVU users do is they purchase rooms, and then they set those rooms as public, and then those public rooms have a theme which they advertise with, and then users search for that room, join it, and socialize with the room owner or whoever they want inside that room. And that's basically it's a social app. That's how it works. But because there's no physics or collision and no specific interaction with avatars other than what the developers give you, there's no dynamic interaction. It's static, meaning that an animation plays out and it's constantly looped between two players. So it's always the same, it doesn't mimic the behaviors of a video game environment. So what we've done is we've created a sort of game engine inside the IMVU chat system that mimics interactive behaviors. So what it does is it takes the avatar, its accessories, its animations, and it allows you to apply game mechanics to them, which then connect to a multiplayer system that activates between all the people in an IMVU room. And this system we're planning to port into Unity to act as a foundation for our apps that we make. So we plan to make apps for IMVU users, we plan to make apps for Unity and IMVU users, and then we plan to make just apps for Unity players with this engine. So here's an example of what this engine can do. I'm gonna step on it here, and you're going to see this interface here. And this interface allows you to customize with what you're currently wearing, what the outfit has, when to execute the animation that you want with the key that you press, and what are the properties of this outfit. This is, for example, in a combat aspect for combat gaming, we can customize how much armor this t-shirt has, how much health the character has, how much health regeneration the character has, what his armor penetration value is, etc. So this is particularly interesting for the roleplay community inside and outside IMVU, as we can create apps that create, let's say, for example, a theme, medieval fantasy environment in which a roleplay storyteller, like the host, devises a storyline and plot with his community of people, and every single person has a role. And this storyline may or may not have conflict. If it has conflict, it's for sure going to have combat. What kind of combat would it have? Would it be turn-based storytelling in paragraph writing, or will it be a real-time action interactive combat? If it's real-time interactive combat, that's what we plan to bring to the table. We're going to port the features we've made here into our Unity game. So I'm going to show you an example of how that looks like so you understand the scope of our project. I'm going to open an avatar here, and this avatar already has an outfit that's set up here. So in IMVU you can configure an outfit in advance and then save it in a list, and you can pop that list in so that you can access it quickly. Now we're going to add an actor inside this IMVU editor, and this actor is going to act as a secondary player, which we can control as well, a clone of our player, to test multiplayer aspects of a flash game or furniture interaction. So we're going to pick a different outfit here. Let's say this one, so we can tell our knights apart. And we're going to get these guys to fight. So let me turn the shop off. Okay. So I'm going to access a pre-made script here. Let's say this guy. And he's going to load a script that I created from scratch, which is a mix of XML and Flash coding. And this script now allows this character here to begin moving around with keys I press. So he has attack animations here, see? And these are configured from just finding products inside the IMVU shop. Some of them are attack animations, some of them were not originally considered to be for combat, but for something else, for basic human expressions and different postures, but I've utilized them in a way that they can be used for combat, and anybody else can do this. So let me play out a trigger here called R2. This is a motion capture trigger that every time I type it does this motion here on the avatar. Now this is an animation type called replace. There's two types to consider. It's called average and replace. So a replace animation does exactly what it says. It replaces whatever current animation is running already on the avatar. Whereas an average, like a wave here, plays an animation over currently playing animation, because like this wave animation here, it works only a specific bone on the avatar instead of the whole body, which means it can layer over replace type animations. And this is specifically interesting because it allows us to, let's say, take this attack R2, and with a bunch of average type triggers, we can create from that same animation different animations on the fly at runtime with just timed execution that our engine can pull off. So I'm pressing here the W key and the S key, and as you can see, it's actually causing the sword to either thrust forward or attack downwards. Now, it's not doing anything to our opponent avatar here yet because we haven't plugged him into the Flash engine yet. We're going to do that in a sec, but before I do that, I'm going to show you this log file here to see how the W and the S key looks. Let's go find that key. So here we have W. W key is activating R2, and then after 100 millisecond delay, it's activating a sound and another sound. It's applying a game property on the object. It's applying a couple of more triggers, and these triggers here are the ones that are locking the elbow bone on the avatar, causing it to, instead of thrust forward, it's causing it to attack downwards. So just a simple locking of an elbow produces a completely different animation on the avatar. And then after that, it's applying some multiplayer mechanics, which is sending signals inside the room, which are multiplayer keystrokes to send to the other player to synchronize the combat that's happening, so that there's an action-reaction sort of thing going on between the two opponents. So let's activate this opponent now on this module. Let's see, we're gonna pick here. Let's give him that, and let's make his target be the other player. Okay, so now this character here is going to assume a combat stance. Now, because there's no distance detection in IMVU, we had to fake a sort of distance variable, and we've decided to set it up in like a meter metric form. So now I'm gonna, let's see, get this character to face this character here, and I'm gonna move him. Oh, let me set the target first. Okay, so target is now the other actor. So every time I move this target, it animates. But as it animates, there's a variable kicking in that's saying this character is now within a specific distance of the other player. Now, inside the IMVU world, you can't actually move that character. It's static on that dot. You can execute animations that mimic some kind of movement, and that's the best we can do. Now, that's the reason why we're taking this engine and we're porting it to Unity, because inside Unity, as you can see, you can move around freely. Now, let's get another player while we're at it here to join our Unity room, just to see how a Unity player looks like, which is an asset we've created, one of our developers has created, versus a Unity player. So you can see there's a room here available. We're going to type this guy to be, his name is Bob. We're going to have Bob join as a Unity avatar. Okay, let's see if we can find the other player. It's right here. But because this is an IMVU avatar, it's actually loading on runtime. So this player has never seen this avatar before, and it's using assets outside the Unity game. Therefore, it has to download them from the server. And once it's downloaded, there it is. There's the player. Let's push this player. Oh, a little bit of ragdoll. That player can then get up, and he can take revenge on him. Let's see how that looks like. Let's throw him up in the air. Whoa! Oh, he really flew. I guess I gotta set the gravity scale on that, because that was pretty hilarious. But you can see how that looks like here. For our little Unity game, we've set up stamina, health regeneration, and some magic spell abilities, which we're going to unveil later on. So you can see how that looks like inside Unity. But what if you were able to have a set of assets in this Unity game? A set of animations that you can trigger up, just so you can trigger up in IMVU. So if you were to click this avatar and then activate an animation on it, if you can do that in Unity and we provide a set of assets, then you can have an interface that we create that allow you to combine how you animate, how you behave with that character, how you create the combinations, what the combinations do, what their cooldowns are for moving around and pressing it, like this wave here, and how they interact with the other person. And the other person can even, the opponent or the other player, I mean, can configure how they react to your actions. So they can configure how they react, what their health is, what their armor level is, all of that. So in a role-play environment, this would be the ultimate role-playing experience where you can create a character from scratch, customize how he looks or she looks, and then build the exact combat setup, like martial arts or rapier with sword, or with a monk with a stick, anything, and then a fight with another player. We think that will be a really exciting dynamic, but that's not the only type of game we're going to create. I will be showing a showcase of videos of different kinds of gameplays we're going to make with different apps that we've already began making, and you're going to see them being laid out in the other videos as we showcase them on Patreon. So now we're going to see how these two avatars react inside the Flash engine, so that you can see what kind of features we plan to port over to our Unity game foundation. So this character is now virtually, let's say, 0.1 meters away from the other player. His weapon range is 2.5 meters, a number I just made up. That means he's within distance to be attacked. So let's see if that works. Yeah, so it's working. I'm attacking the player and the player is reacting to it. And he's executing a slew of animations that I found from the IMVU shop and combined in a way that it looks like he's blocking with a shield. What he's actually doing, he's putting on a gesture while holding a shield block stance, which is making him look like he's reacting to it. So I've sort of faked a interaction between them, and this is done in multiplayer too. So let's try a different attack. Let's try to stun smash him with the shield, and you can see he's now open for attack. So if I was to hit him in that motion, he will be vulnerable to getting hit, and he will actually get hit. So let's try and hit him. Okay, and now let's knock him out and then hit him. Bam. So he actually got hurt, and you can see a dialogue popping out here at the top that says how much health and endurance he has left. So let's look on for a second. We can see in this small window here that he had an endurance of 198 and he regenerated to 200. We have stats here that have health regeneration on the character. Sorry if the interface is a bit too small. I'm not really good with UI here in Flash. I promise I'll do a much better job in Unity. So let's try and hit that character again, see what happens to him afterwards. Okay, let's do a slash attack there. So the character's health is now 187, and you can see the health regen is 0.05, and it's regenerating the health in decimal form, and it's going up. So not only do we have stats for combat, but we also have stats for trading, and we're creating an NPC option here where you can add and configure an NPC to act as a trader or a point of reference for story that will open up dialogue. And then this character will be able to trade in gold currency. So every single one of these characters here has the ability to use this system and to the full customize exactly how they want to behave in a roleplay environment. That's what we're basically trying to achieve. And we're going to create games where we, the developers, are going to make storyline and combat and all the elements of it with our engine, and then we're also going to create apps where we're going to allow the players to do that by themselves, to allow their own creativity to just reign free. And we're hoping to collaborate with the IMVU developers at the same time, because they've already created and are known to create some very exciting and well-designed levels, rooms, and environments for their IMVU users. And that collaboration could allow us to create a lot of apps with a lot of environments for role players to play in. So this is a basic tutorial video that showcases just the basic technology of what we have. The next video I have will show the details of what these things can do. And we're going to show the other Unity apps that we have in the system here. So I hope you enjoyed this video for watching, and stay tuned for the next video that we have showcasing this technology. See ya.